You're here, Eon-san. And you must be the traveler in Paimon. I've heard a lot about you. I'm sure we'll have a much better time now with your help.
Cold. So cold. I'm drowning! And there's something in the water!
He's on the ground, but it almost looks like he's trying to swim.
The abyss. The abyss is coming. There are eyes in my hands, and hands in my stomach. And my stomach is full of teeth. It ate all of you. It's coming for me, too.
But we haven't been eaten. We're right here.
Huh. Monstrous beasts! How did you get in here? As you can see, their mental state is quite poor. They went missing after the battle. We found them in the wilderness in the days that followed, but the damage had already been done. We found them unconscious in areas corrupted by abyssal tumors, lying next to their deceased comrades. According to the chief of the Masters of the Nightwind, sudden exposure to a large amount of abyssal power can have mental as well as physical repercussions. We've never seen the effects this heightened before, but maybe
Genshin? What's that?
It's the abyssal monster that appeared in the sky not too long ago. After consulting our ancient legends, we decided to call it Genshin, Reaper of the Abyss.
Oh, that giant black ball? Didn't we force it to retreat, though?
True. It poses no threat to us now, but whatever wound it inflicted on these warriors still endures. We scoured all sorts of records for a solution, but nothing. There was some mention of a treatment from several hundred years ago.
Right! You can purify abyssal power! Might as well give it a try! It didn't work?
That must mean purifying the abyssal power within them still isn't enough.
So, what can we do now? Don't tell me... my friend...
Come back to me, Gogeta! Please, don't leave me like this!
We beat Genshin! They survived the battle! Are we really just gonna sit back and...
What is it, Eon-san?
But,
Are you sure about this?
So dark.
Huh?
Underwater. Where is it coming from?
It's working!
Is someone there? Please save me. No. No, wait. You have to leave this place. The water's too deep. You won't make it. No. Please. Duarte.
Oh no, it's not working anymore!
My friend, is he any better? Duarte? Duarte was the name of Otoko's Surian companion. Otoko almost drowned as a child, and Duarte was the one who saved him. He dove deep into the water and used all his strength to carry Otoko back to the surface. It was pretty touch and go, but both of them... Well, you see, Duarte died 4 years ago during an Abyss invasion. He was helping evacuate injured warriors from the front lines, but felt he was a bit on the smaller side, but other than that, he was just your average... Well, hold on. What are you planning? No problem.
We're back! How are you feeling?
Duarte? How did you get here? Are you here to see—
It's working!
You sense it, don't you? Still. Hearing you make that noise reminds me of our first... You're gonna carry me out of here just like last time. Over a decade later and you're still trying to save me. I can't once we're out of here, let's split a huge portion of blazed meat stew. Just like old times. We're almost at the surface. People tried to... No. Wait. Duarte? Wait, you're not Duarte. How did I get here? Who are you people?
Otoko!
He's Kaylee. What's going on? All I remember is the battle against the Abyss and then I was drowning. And you went through all that for me? While all I did was cause trouble for everyone? Thank you.
It's coming for me. It's gonna... It's no use. It'll just come back. It will devour everyone.
Maybe it's just Paimon, but she can talk to us, but nothing she says makes any sense. She'll...
Ion-san, I heard you cured Otoko? I'm so relieved. I think you're onto something. The mental distress does seem to be connected to pre-existing fears and anxieties. Kochita doesn't like it when people talk about her past. But the situation is urgent. So, I guess I'll be the bad guy. Ion-san, do you believe there are people in this world destined for battle? Then, what about people destined to be unfit for battle? When Kochita was little, her parents died fighting the Abyss. She was only 11 or 12 at the time, and her brother, even younger still. Kochita trained hard to become a warrior.
But isn't Kochita one of the warriors who fought the Abyss? Didn't you find her unconscious out on the field?
Yes, we did. You see, something changed within her several years ago. By the time the guards rushed to the scene, they found her standing there, weapon out, and the Abyss monster dead at her feet. She didn't even look at it. She became a completely different person after that. She earned a reputation as a very capable warrior. We all thought she overcame the trauma, and we were so happy for her. But now it seems like even it...
How can we help her?
Quali?
Quali, what are you doing with that weapon?
Show me the monster that hurt you! I'll make it pay! I'm going to protect you this time!
Calm down, Quali. That monster is already...
I can do it! I don't care what it takes! I just want her to get better. She's the
family? If Quali goes to battle, the Abyss will devour. I can't let that happen. I have to do something. But it's useless. No one can beat the Abyss. It's a death sentence. But I'm no warrior. I'm just a
Kochita.
Fight it. One more time.
Try checking the mountains to the north. A few fled in that direction. I dispatched a team to clear them out, so most of them should...
There's no turning back. I have to face it. Even if it will...
I'm coming too! I'm not letting my sister face this alone. Not anymore!
You were the ones who killed them! As a kid, I thought my parents were invincible, but I can still see the image of them collapsed at my feet that night. The raging fire, the smoke, the smell of blood, the sound of my brother's cries. They told me to run. I could see the fear in their eyes. I've been running from my fears ever since. But why didn't my parents run? It must have been because...
You can do it!
Because of our family. When you have someone to protect, there's no backing down. No matter what.
Stay away from my brother!
Let's help her out!
Nothing lasts forever. Right now. I can do this. I have to do this.
Go away!
Where are the rest? Where are they hiding? That's impossible. They were gigantic beasts crawling with eyes. Ready? No. Wait. What am I saying? Abyss monsters are not...
She's back to normal!
Kuchita!
What just happened? That is quite embarrassing. I've always envied warriors who don't get scared or feel...
Even though we're both scared of monsters, you were always the one who stepped up to protect me. But not anymore. I'm going to get stronger.
Is that so? Then I finally feel like myself again. I think I'll rest here for a bit. I don't think I can make it back to the tribe just yet.
I'll keep you company.
Atoko's all better. Did you hear?
Really?
Yes, really. It's all thanks to the
I see. I was wondering why the Traveler was chosen to accompany the Pyro Archon in the final battle. So all those rumors about the Traveler really are true.
Kochita's getting better, too! Koichi, give me a hand for a sec.
Yeah, honestly, Paimon was at a complete loss when we only found a solution this time because you kept her cool and took control of the situation. Whoa, you're right. That makes a lot of sense. That sounds like something Paimon could do, but... Oh, well, when you put it that way, Paimon's almost encouraged to start drinking kale juice tomorrow. No, you're amazing, Ann-san. You really make Paimon feel like she can do the impossible.
Hian-san, bad news! Okoland is out of control! What are you doing, Okoland? Wake up!
Don't you recognize us, my boy?
The Abyss monsters are everywhere. Everywhere. They've taken over the tribe. No corner is safe. Did we lose the battle? No. It's pointless to think about that now. A warrior only has one.
Careful! He's not himself!
Oh, Kotlan!
There is no escape! Emerge!
So, he thinks we're Abyss monsters? Hey, it's okay! We're not the bad guys!
Come on! Wretched Abyss! Get out of my tribe!
Mom, Dad, Archon. This is my final battle!
Please, son. You've got to stop. You can't keep going like this.
Wretched monsters. Give me my family back!
Look, Okoland! That's your father! He's standing right in front of you!
Get out of my home! I'll never forgive you!
Are you alright, sir?
I'm fine. Please, don't hurt my son. He's just trying to protect his home.
But what should we do now? He's different from the other two. It's like he can't hear us at all. He keeps calling us monsters. We're basically enemies to him now.
Oh, Kotlan.
Abyssal corrosion syndrome. 500 years later, and it's resurfaced again.
Huh? That voice, it's...
Direct contact with high concentrations of abyssal power causes irreversible mental trauma in most people. The exact presentation will vary according to trauma level. Some will suffer from superficial hallucinations and maintain the capacity to perceive the outside world. In such cases, verbal and physical interaction can be used to break through the hallucination. However, there are also those who are so far gone, entrenched in hallucinations so deep, that medical intervention is the only option. That's why we developed the Drought of Lucidity.
The draft of lucidity?
It's a kind of medicine that can dispel the psychological impact of the Abyss. The treatment comes with severe side effects, including chronic migraines for the rest of the patient's life. So, it's reserved for the worst cases. This man is a devoted warrior, one not easily swayed from battle. That is precisely why it's so difficult to... If you trust me to be true to my word, give him this.
Wretched monsters! Setting up an ambush! Give me your worst! It's either your end or mine!
Hurry! He's awake!
Please, give him the draft. My son thinks he's alone in this world. In his mind, all his family and comrades are gone, and only enemies remain. There's nothing more painful for a warrior than losing everything you fought so hard to protect.
Monsters! What's going on? Dad? My head hurts.
It's all right, my boy. It was just a nightmare. Let's go home. You need a good night's sleep. But first, I want to thank you for saving my son.
Just Capitano is fine.
I owe you more than words can say, Mr. Capitano. My name is Mune. You're welcome in my home anytime. Time to go, son. Can you stand?
Thank goodness everything turned out all right.
Think nothing of it. I agreed to offer you my aid, so this is merely a part of that duty. Besides, I care deeply about this land.
Right! When we were with Moika, you told us you and your soldiers defended Natlan against the Abyss 500 years ago.
That's right. My desire to protect this nation remains unchanged. When my platoon arrived in Natland 500 years ago, like you, we were true outlanders. But as time passed, I encountered the people of this land and witnessed their desperate struggle against the Abyss. Though many of the warriors were rash and inexperienced, they were steadfast and fearless in battle, willing to do anything to protect their fellow citizens, oftentimes with complete disregard for their own survival. Just as I fought for the glory of Conria, they fought for the survival of their nation. We fought side by side to the very end. I traveled to many places after that, but I never forgot this land. Even now, my work in Natlan remains It may seem difficult to understand, but that name carries with it the glory of my homeland and the honor of Natlan. Yet...
But that's not your fault. The Abyss is way stronger.
You need not comfort me. I am no longer who I once was. Let the events of the past continue to collect dust in the annals.
Like, with the draft of lucidity? Who knew you could make medicine? Were you a doctor?
The drought was Guthred's invention. He was a respected military doctor. As well, we faced a similar situation to what you witnessed today. The endless battles against the Abyss triggered delusions among the soldiers, to the point where some attempted to kill each other. In order to develop a treatment as fast as possible, Guthred used himself as a test subject. He passed away shortly after the drought was complete. That's who he was. Unrelenting in his pursuits. No matter the cost, I'm sure he would be pleased his creation aids people, even now. The Abyss has wrought enough suffering.
Stop worrying about other people's survival, about their losses and sacrifices. You just need to win. That must be why I've returned. Please finish what you set out to do, Commander.
You're more perceptive. However, some things are better kept secret for now. We may be working together, but our goals are not entirely aligned.
What's with the secrets all of a sudden? Paimon's starting to think we should be more careful around you.
I do not mean to jeopardize the trust between us. I simply prefer to keep this to myself, because all I can tell you is this. Natlan may have survived the worst of the crisis. And that is why my work is not...
Well, if it's personal, then we'll just have...
If you have other questions, I'm willing...
Wait. Like, Paimon wants to know how you eat with the mask. Anything you want to ask, Traveler?
Natlan must pay the price for Mawika's use of the Ruler of Death's power. That price is death. And only Mawika's death can clear the debt. Even now that the war's over and the threat to Natlan is gone, it looks like that death is still set in stone.
In the garden cultivated by the gods, flowers and weeds grow side by side. When the weeds compete for nutrients in the soil, the gardener intervenes to inhibit their growth. I'm not one to pass judgment based on my own standard of right and wrong. But if that explanation is too difficult to understand, well... The Ruler of Death can freely define the form of death, or grant immortality to anyone she desires. Her power is a rule in and of itself. Faced with such an overwhelming level of power, it can feel hopeless to resist. But I am of the belief that, in this world, no destiny is unchangeable, no death inevitable, and no rule unbreakable. So, before the final moment truly arrives, we must fight.
Oh, did something happen?
This is a critical time for you, Traveler. It's best not to delay, so let us end our conversation for now. Best of luck to you all. Goodbye.
So in the end, the captain still hasn't told us his real goal. He kind of reminds Paimon of someone we... They just seem so tired, you know? Since they've both been alive for many centuries, do you think that's just what happens when you've been alive for too long? Kanich, Kachina, Mualani? Whoa, everyone's here!
Reunited at last. Did you miss us?
I brought candy and cookies to share. Of course we missed you! Ooh, you brought Source crackers too? Score!
Ah, just in time, Traveler. It's so stifling in here. I was just about to go outside to get some air.
It's the same temperature outside. Anyway, how was the trip here?
To be honest, I also didn't expect this many people to show up. A third of this amount is more than enough for my plan. I need to ask them about you, gather their thoughts and hopes. That will help the formation of your ancient name. Oh, you brought the Pilgrim's Chronicle, right? Yeah, let me take a look. Okay. The progress looks good. We have enough people, so let's get started.
Sorry I'm late.
Shaska showing up late for something? That's a first.
I had to follow a group of monsters further than expected. When I got back, I heard about what you did for my tribe. Thank you.
Okay, let's save the pleasantries for later. Everyone's here, so let's get started. Alright, let me remind everyone what's going to happen. I need each of you to stand before the Pilgrim's Chronicle and share your stories about the Traveler. Your words will be recorded and become a part of the Traveler's ancient name. Any, questions?
Nope.
Alright, then to start things off...
Hold on. Remember what we discussed?
Oh, right, I almost forgot. Traveler, Paimon, you, can't be here for this part.
Huh? But why? We want to hear what everyone has to say.
I need people's true thoughts and feelings. It's best if the subject in question isn't involved. It's much more difficult to express those feelings to someone's face. People get shy in those situations. It's just how it is.
You're right. Just like when Paimon doesn't have enough more to pay for her meal, but she's too embarrassed to tell the Traveler, so she has to make up some excuse. So basically, you want us to leave the Pilgrim's Chronicle here and wait nearby?
Oh, don't worry. This shouldn't...
Everything Shilonen said made sense, but did you see St. Lolly's reaction back there? She was definitely the one who decided we should leave. But staying out here is just making Paimon even more curious about what everyone's gonna say. Anyway, you're gonna have an ancient name soon. Ooh, that's so exciting! Feels like we've been in Natland for quite a while already. You're right! If only Paimon could say a few things about you in there.
Well, looks like you're about to have that chance.
Shilonen, is everything all set?
Almost. We're just missing one last thing. You've been by the Traveler's side the longest, Paimon. We need...
But Paimon's not from Natland.
Oh, it doesn't matter. As a Traveler's companion, your contributions are extremely important. You're the perfect sorry, Traveler. I just need to borrow Paimon for a second. It should be quick. Paimon gave us a lot, and I mean a lot of information. I'm not even sure the Lord of the Night managed to get all of it.
Well, we've been to 6 nations already.
Here, you can have the Pilgrim's Chronicle back. I'll need it when I forge the name, but you can continue your adventures in the meantime. And when the time comes, I will forge you an ancient name unlike anything that's come before, so that you will...
Wait, how many beats is this again?
The world remains constant over the centuries, but human life is like the dew at dawn, or a bubble rising through water. Transitory.
How many beats is this again?
Ooh, what happens next?
The next step of the plan's gonna be super awesome.
All the world holds dear is but a backdrop of constant motion. I stand before it, alone and unchanging. Inactivity serves no purpose whatsoever. All the world holds dear is but a backdrop of constant motion. I stand before it, alone and unchanging. The world remains constant over the centuries, but human life is like the dew at dawn, or a bubble rising through water. Transitory. All the world holds dear is but a backdrop of constant motion. I stand before it, alone and unchanging. Inactivity serves no purpose whatsoever. The world remains constant over the centuries, but human life is like the dew at dawn, or a bubble rising through water.